What is up, boys? It's your boys, Rainy Day in the Doll Park.
Oh
I
no.
meant to say ballpark. I don't know what a doll park is.
I heard dog park. That's why I made the dog park noise.
You didn't. No noise came through. Are you gaslighting me right now?
Oh no.
Are you doing one of those 2001: A Space Odysseys on my behind?
I can't tell you that, John. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is good for you. Hey everybody, it's John and Patrick from Obscure Reference. We're back with more Opum, One Piece of our minds where we like to read and review and talk about One Piece on the newest chapter 1142 just dropped, and we're going to read that chapter right now.
Wow.
Starting off with a beautiful color spread this time around. Looks like we got the Straw Hats riding a bunch of fishies.
Yay.
Oh, they're flying fish, even. It appeared
Mm-hmm.
to be in some kind of a race. No one
Yes.
really particularly stands out as, like, super amazing in this one. I don't know. Is there any favorite part you can point to?
Well, a couple of things stuck out to me. First, I looked at the request, Straw Hat Crew car chase, notably not cars, so I'm
Oh,
classic
ha,
Oda. Uh, Number two, we're getting more evidence that Chopper and Zoro are best friends. Uh, and I love that.
good,
Let's
good.
continue this. So those are the only two things that stuck out to me. I mean, it's pretty and stuff. I
Weird.
like it.
I gotta call this out. Brook is just walking out of his fish mid race. I know he can, like, run on water, but he is just
Hmm.
dangling one foot out.
He just does not care. Good for him.
Anyway, worst part about this by far is the fact that we do not get Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 29?
It just rolls right off the tongue every time we read it.
Dude, at first, yeah, I had to read it because that's, how it is.
It's the
And
child.
then
Yeah.
after a few weeks, it was, I don't want to read this anymore. But it's gone on for so long now. I'm just like, yes, let's read the whole thing.
Yamato's Golden Harvest
No,
Surrogate
no, no.
Pilgrimage, Part 50.
Ogre Child Yamato's
Ogre
Golden
Child
Harvest Surrogate
Yamato's Golden
Pilgrimage.
Harvest Surrogate
There
Pilgrimage.
you
That
go.
feels like one too many adjectives.
We're gonna have to
I
cut
don't know.
so much of this out.
No, this is perfect. All right.
Okay, whatever. No one watches these anyway.
Anyways. All right, you ready to jump in
Yeah,
then?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So remember, last time, because it's been 2 weeks, we are under attack by evil child drawings. All right. So chapter 1143, Holy Nights, and we see Saul chasing the kids that are just leaving the school. Hey, wait, y'all! Ilva, Mag, Ranja. I don't know if it's Ranja or Ranha. I don't know. Anyway, wow, they're really sleepwalking. What's this white cloth? Where are y'all going? And you see Robin and Chopper riding on his beard. Be careful, Saul. Remember the other teacher said not to touch the children. And he was all bloody. I know he did, but I don't see nothing wrong with him. And it's dangerous for him to keep walking like this. And you see his hands kind of like moving towards. And oh, he goes to touch the child, and a bunch of like a vine with like thorns kind of poke out, stab him. Come on, let's get back to school. And then yeah, the spikes pop out, stab him. He's like, ah, yeah. What was that, Saul? What happened? Did something stab you? And we see what's her face, the one of the what is she? The principal, vice principal, one of the teachers, at the very least. Gerd, not Gerd.
Ange?
And just that's it. Thank
The
you.
librarian?
Sure.
Oh my god,
Um,
man.
is speaking over the transponder snails. This is the Walrus School. All the children have suddenly fallen asleep, and out of those, nine of them have started walking. We don't know where they're going. In the Western Village, it's not clear why or how this is happening. You see Dory and Broggy are listening very intently. The kids at the school, and someone else is saying, I don't know if it's necessarily Dory or Broggy. My son's there too. There's also been a surge of strange monsters from the forest. Monsters? Are the children safe? The
No,
children are
we
traveling
just established the children are not currently safe.
very, very clearly. Yeah,
Like, that was the previous sentence.
that was the big. Yeah, nine of them have started walking. We don't know where they're going. What about that sounds safe? All right. Anyway, the children are traveling down Branch Route 8 at the moment. And we're getting a quick text box. This is a transponder pill bug. It only works in Elbaf.
I love that.
That's awesome. And there's a fire too. And we're seeing Nami, Brooke, and Jinbei. Brooke's head is still on his crotch for some reason. Um, so good for him. Did something happen back at the school? Did you say Branch 8? It's not looking good over there, and we just see that Branch 8, where this person's looking, is currently on fire. And Jarl is right there. Oh no, that's the school where my granddaughter's granddaughter Ilva goes. How many generations is that? You just see, yeah, him and a bunch of other giants are still drunk. And Nami, who is not a lightweight, says, I think you've all had enough to drink now. And Brooke's like, yeah, you should get it together.
Still
He's
head on
clearly drunk too.
crotch.
Yep. And yeah, you see one of the flying ships takes off. Yes, that's quick work. The firefighting Svar is on the case. You've got this, firefighters. We're counting on you. And I appreciate that because their tree is susceptible to fire, that they have a firefighters brigade. And
I can't wait to see how poorly this goes for them.
if there's anything I know about One Piece, it's that a group of you know what? No, I'll just move on. So yeah, they're flying out to the fire. Huh? What's that? And one of the monsters comes out and just looks at him and just slaps him down. And all the giants are like, "What?" You're just like, "What? How is that possible?"
That went even worse than I thought it could.
Sorry, their reaction got me. I don't know why.
No, I mean, yeah, it's the classic what, but it's not comedic at all. This is a very bad
This
moment
is
to
a
be
serious
comedic.
moment.
I don't know. It's
But anyway,
probably something having to do with like Nika being back.
potentially. So yeah, we cut over to the Holy Knights, and the text box on the bottom says Saint Summers. Is that correct? Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't memorized his name yet. Uh,
Why would you
yeah.
question the text box? That's what it is.
Because I don't know. Forget about it. Uh, you see how shocked those giants were when they got stabbed by the thorns? It's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. And yeah, they're just, all three of them are just sitting at a table, just casually. Never heard of it. God, you're so apathetic, Gunko. You know that? Love is the passion to reach out and squeeze someone tight, even as you see the thorns up close. The best part of this game is when it's parents and children. Parents hug their kids tight, thorns and all. Then the kids scream and wail when they see their worst nightmare. Mommy and daddy dying in agony. There's real emotion in killing. So yeah, we get the text box. Could have been pointing to anyone, but it says Saint Summers, Thorn Fruit. He is the Thorn Man. Uh, he is the one that was it Chicago or the police that says every rose has its thorn. He's who they're talking about. You know, like the song.
Yeah, it's neither of them. Go on.
Who is it?
Poison?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, it's poison.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, they're just eating death by love. Isn't that just so exciting? And Gunko's just ignoring him, and Summers just falls over. No interest. The woman who never knew love. And Killingsworth is right there saying, "Which route did you choose, Gunko?" There's a thick branch that ran down the middle, and yeah, we're seeing a quick map overview of where the children are walking from the Owl Library and the Weller School. If they walk straight that way, they'll reach the village's sea clouds. The middle one's good, stands out better, makes their utter futility all the more apparent. And I think Killingsworth's like, Summers, I need a bit more salt. He's like, salt?
He's just imagining salt.
Oh, he's imagining salt. Yeah, and he's grabbing it. You know, he must have fallen asleep in that moment. I don't know. Ooh, Aspatch rock salt?
Oh,
Gourmet stuff.
I see.
So yeah, Saint Killingham, Dragon Fruit, mythical type, model Keating, dream manifesting man. Interesting.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool. So, to explain, he had Summers think of salt, put him to sleep, so he's dreaming of salt, and then he took the salt out of his dreams.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he does something to wake him up, saying, "You can wake up now." He's like, "Oh, snork." What about the sleep dids you pulled out of those brats' dreams? I can keep them going at the same time, of course. Hey, this all goes perfectly with them yet. I'll try some too. Anyway, speaking of the giant boats in the field, we just spent like a whole panel talking about how well this salt goes with the meal.
Yeah,
Bless you, Oda. Anyway, speaking
man's
of
a
the giant's
visionary.
boats in the village, yeah, he knows what's up. Apparently, they draw rainbows in the sky with those painter rocks. Yeah, Kuko's just like, it's delicious. Did not see her take the bandages off, which is part the same fish that katakuri is. Anyway,
Hmm.
real unique culture they've got. So all we have to do is take one of those to return to the Holy Land. We've basically won already. It's too easy. This is a baby game for babies. I'm very full now. All this and 0 calories? Well, it's stream food, so 0 energy too, haha. Don't worry, Summers. There will be trouble. I saw a pirate ship moored on the sea clouds of the village. The Emperor of the Seas, Straw Hat Luffy, is here. Dun dun! So we're looking at the kids. Huh? Wait, the kids are walking right towards the fire. See, you didn't expect this. Not to worry. If they die, we can send more. We're cutting away back to the underworld with Loki. Damn you, Loki. Go on, Hodgerton. Try and stop me. Duga! But no, you can't possibly stop me. You can't even lift Ragnir. I just hope no one gets hurt in the Sun World. And yeah, we have the new giant pirates and Luffy, Zoro, Sanji are there. They will. The flames will only spread further, so make your choice. Will you undo the last cuff and free me? You see Sanji's turning to Luffy. Who's this enormous giant anyway? He was really badly injured, so I wanted to help him. And yeah, you just see Zoro in the back, just like, hmm. And Loki continues, or will you all choose death? I'll only keep taking the lives of those weaklings in the Sun World if you don't answer me. And yeah, you just see the new giant pirates are freaking out. Hajridin's like, wait, wait, all right. And who is saying that? Zoro is saying, don't get suckered in, Hajridin. Huh? Roanoa Zoro. Luffy's like, I guess I gotta do it. If he can move, I'll stop him. That was the deal. And Hajridin's like, wait, Straw Hat. He'll electrocute you if you get too close. And Loki's saying, very well then. I hear your answer. Gerd's saying, stop this, Loki. If you hit the children, there's no turning back. And that's all right. Okay.
Yep.
It's a little close up. I was like, why does that? It looks like him, but it also does. Anyway, make sure you go easy on him, Luffy, or his wounds will get worse. Luffy's like, gum gum. And Loki's like, damn it, I've lost this one. And you see Luffy does his arm balloon, and then does he even touch him?
Yeah.
Doesn't really look like it, but everyone's like, huh? And then Loki just falls over. I'm a little lost here.
Looks like Luffy hit him lightly, and Luffy
Hmm.
either lost or is faking having lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, he falls over face first. Everyone's big surprise, and Zoro's like, he really was at death's door already. He was summoning all the strength he had left on a gamble. If his bluff had worked, he would have escaped so that he could collapse somewhere in secret. I just can't imagine that working, based on the amount of blood he'd lost. It's up to you whether to heal him or let him die, but. And Luffy's like, I had business with Loki too, but it had to wait when I saw how bloody he was. And Roto's saying, it is true that whoever attempted to kill Loki, it is a separate incident from the matter of his own crimes. And he's thinking to himself, and I think I might know who it was. And Luffy's looking at Hajridin, please, Hajridin, help him out a little. I don't want to let him die, no matter who he is. And we cut a little bit ahead, and Gerd's got some stuff set up, some IVs and stuff, some tubes. Until he's fully healed, it'll probably take months. If you really want to see him recover, you shouldn't leave him in a place like this. But if he's taken to the village, it'll only lead to more calls for execution. They'll kill him. They hate him that much? He's an irredeemable scumbag. And Luffy's like, these horns turn out to be real, huh? Oh shit, that's not even a part. Oh, okay, okay, that's
Oh wait,
cool.
did you not know those were his horns?
I haven't looked at his head too closely. I just assumed because his name is Loki that he had a hat that looked like Loki.
I just assumed he had horns because of on account of his dad did.
But we've not seen horns like this, so I don't know. Anyway, They're a holdover of his ancient giant blood, just like his father, Harold. And we see Hadrian thinking, "You are my sons, and I love you both." This is a brief flashback to Harold talking to both Hadrian and Loki. "I want you two to work together to support Elbaf after I'm gone." And Loki's like, "I can't believe this tiny weakling is supposed to be my big brother. You're just a bastard. You're not our father's legitimate son. Hear that, Hadrian? Your mother had filthy blood in her veins." And you just see Hadrian holding his axe over Loki's head. "Ah, wait. Don't lose control, Hadrian. I've never forgiven him for what he did. He insulted my mother and killed my father." And Loki's saying, well, just weakly, "Go on. Do it, you sad little berserker. Or perhaps instead of indulging in your petty personal drama, take a look at the woods around us. They all say I went and killed Dad with pure murder in my heart. But you don't believe that, do you?" And Hadrian's got a look on his face like, "Good." And that's the end of the chapter. No break next week.
I don't know. This chapter didn't really do much for me.
Oh, I loved it.
Like the okay, I'll give it to the salt part. That was cool. I feel like the Loki stuff has slowed down significantly, where it's just been 3 weeks now of he's gotten up. Um, I don't know. The Giants, the Saul, that stuff was pretty good. But
Mhm.
for as crazy as things are going, not a lot happened. That's where I'm at. I was just hoping like this one feels like the pace really slowed.
Nah, I'll argue we've been maintaining this sort of pace for like the last couple of chapters at least. We're just slowly ratcheting up the tension until we get to the point of conflict, which works for me. I think Egghead did something similar, and that was I think worth it in the end. So I'm totally cool with learning more about the Holy Knights, which is I think what we spend not most of this chapter with. I think most of this chapter is actually with Loki and the crew there. But no, I think I really enjoyed this chapter. We got a little bit of an explanation for what's going on with the kids, an explanation of what's going on with the Holy Knights, and then we got, a little more insight into who Loki and Hashirdan are as people, which I always appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Character interaction's great, and I'm not complaining that it's too slow. I love a good slow burn. But the past few weeks have just been like action and confusion, action and confusion, action and confusion. This one is mostly just chit chatting. Like, not a
Hmm.
lot goes on plot wise. They just. The plot advances via people communicating with each other but not taking action.
Yeah, and I won't disagree that this doesn't hit the highs that other chapters do, and we're building up to it for sure.
Yeah, no, it's certainly not a bad chapter, just not my favorite recently. It's got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly
Uh,
not gonna be my when we get to the end of the year, it won't be my favorite, but
so, a couple of
I
things
did really
though.
like it.
Why does Kid Loki still have bandages on his eyes? And this all but proves Loki's a good guy, right?
I mean,
The
yeah,
fact that
pretty.
we've now cast doubt on we think he might not have killed Harold in cold blood.
Yeah, I think the minute we heard that, I think we all kind of suspected that he wasn't doing it out of cold blood. But I think this is definitely like the first true indication that he didn't. Um, that like the first sexual example, rather. Because I think we've all kind of seen storytelling tropes. He probably didn't do it because he's a bad dude.
Hmm. I
But
mean, like take any other hero from any other arc. It's,
right,
they all didn't do it.
exactly.
I will point out Harold still has his horns. So what
Yeah,
about this event makes him lose his horns? Well, maybe
yeah.
not this event, but you know.
I'd like to, because when did he take his horns off?
All we know is he ripped him off to show that he's not like the ancient giants.
So we don't know when he did that
Nope.
because it's fair to assume he's been king for a minute there. Loki's,
But
and Hadrian are both princes, but
yeah, no, here's back with them as little ones, so it was definitely it's post their birth.
Yeah.
I figured it might be, even pre their birth, or he just ripped them off a while back. But no, it was a fairly recent event if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Timeline's a little muddy there. I don't think we have enough dates to really form
No,
any
we can't
solid
put it together.
conclusion.
It's just worth noting that it's something
Hmm.
post their birth, so likely involves them. That's the reason he takes his own horns.
That could be. And I think that adds another layer to Loki in that he never took his out. Not that I ever expected him to, but it's interesting that,
Hmm.
he was around and he was alive to see his father do that and he decided to keep his horns.
And again, on top of it all, is still presumably a good guy.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about the firefighters. And that's all there is to say.
And that's all. Because you know who I thought of when I saw them?
The
And we
fucking guys
got
from Alabasta, like
exactly
the Death
the
Squad or
Royal
whatever.
Court Gods or
Yeah,
whatever.
they just show up. We're gonna take the super potion and kick his ass. It's dogged immediately. It's what,
Exactly.
like you didn't even buy a minute. You're dead.
No.
No,
They're like, shit, we
Oda.
can't touch him. Also, we poisoned ourselves. Shit. Fuck. How did we not see that coming?
I want to say I can't think of any at the moment, but I want to say there's at least one more time where Oda pulls something like that, where he just introduces
Mhm.
characters, has them built up to be really, really strong, and then gets immediately loses.
And like over the course of like 2 pages, like not
Yeah.
something like the
Mm-hmm.
numbers where like you're building them up for like at least a few chapters, but
No,
like
like that's a big reveal for like things that are
yeah,
probably important. I feel like we're coming back to them at some point. I have no idea in what regard.
right.
But no,
I'd have
these
to
guys
think
are
about
just
it.
introduced dogged.
Hmm.
It's absolutely hilarious, is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
All right. Any
Just
other
can't stop
part of the
Giant's
chapter
reactions.
particularly jump out to you?
Well, we got another mythical, what is that? Mythical zone fruit with Killingham.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't think that his appearance was because of a devil fruit, but that makes a lot of sense. Uh,
Okay. Sorry. The reason I didn't react to it is everything I've seen online was like, oh yeah, this guy's a Kieran for sure. Like, look at him.
yeah.
He ate a Kieran devil fruit. Like,
No, 100% it makes sense. I don't, and then, like it's just I had all the numbers there. I just didn't add them up, you know what I mean?
no, I got you. I got you. I don't know. I've been assuming that for a few weeks now.
But it is interesting that they're going with the dragon dragon fruit and then making the Kieran a model of that. I
Why
don't
is
know.
that?
Because when I think of a Kieran, I think more of like a four-legged like stag-like creature, not necessarily a dragon.
Well, you're wrong, apparently.
Okay. What
I am
what
actually. I'm more introduced. What's the word? What's the word?
hmm?
I like the thorn fruit better. I'm more curious about that one because he has
Hmm.
wrapped the children in invisible thorns. What part of thorns can you just make invisible?
No, that's because yeah, classic go to fashion. You hear the name thorn fruit and like how the hell is that menacing?
Yeah, right. Well, no, I
Or,
mean
like how do you
thorns are
use that?
fairly menacing, but
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's
but
like
like
Goofy and the string food. It's like okay, ooh, strings, except he can puppet master people.
yeah,
Sew
like I
his
think
own
of
rings
dangerous,
back together.
right? So it's like I know it's exactly like that. Like strings can be menacing, but like what this dude's a higher up in the Holy Knights, so he's clearly got the capability for true danger. So
Oh yeah, no, I'm not intimidated. I just can't wait to see what Oda does with
hmm
this.
yeah, yeah,
Because
that's
that and the arrow fruit, I mean, obviously we've seen that
damn,
it's powerful, but it just
yeah.
doesn't sound powerful. I do like Saul pointed out that what is it? Something about white thread or something.
Oh, yeah, the white cloths.
Yeah, the white cloth. So apparently the arrow isn't just like a generated arrow image or something. It's a piece of cloth. So I bet that's why she's wrapped in
That
bandages.
makes sense. That makes more sense now. Okay. Yeah, because that's oddly specific to call it out as a white
Hmm.
cloth. Yeah, I think that's fair to assume.
Yeah, so I guess she just has to have enough cloth to make the arrows, and then the things happen. Shout out to the
Yeah,
giant skeleton, though. He's the highlight of the chapter. He's adorable.
he actually really is adorable. Um,
But yeah, no, I mean, like, not a super fun. Not, I don't want to. Anything I say is going to make it sound like I didn't enjoy this chapter. I did. Shout out to cute Gunko eating the delicious salt. How we
yeah,
just get one moment where she's happy.
yeah.
Um, but no, not my favorite recent chapter, but it had a lot of good moments, a lot of good character interaction. I want to see where things are going and not just that we're hanging out, you know?
Um, so okay, I have a few questions.
Question.
So when Killingworth uses his ability on Summers, like that first panel before you turn the page and see that he's fallen asleep, it looks like there are waves going through or
Hmm.
about to hit his head, and then on the next page they're going through. Is that what makes him sleep?
Yeah, probably.
So I just wonder. It's just a weird effect to draw. I don't know.
No, it's
There could be
absolutely like
something there,
his
maybe not.
sleep ray.
Yeah, I just think it's a little. I don't know. And then this isn't anything new introduced in this chapter, but like killing. I keep calling him Killingsworth. It's definitely Killingham. Oops. Um, what's up with the bubble? What's up with the bubble on his head?
I mean, isn't that just the classic celestial dragon bubble?
I mean, it's got like a gas mask on the front of it. They don't have that.
He's also got a different shaped head, so maybe they just modified his.
Mm,
I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe you're onto something there. I just chalked it up to that's a celestial dragon.
Yeah.
But maybe you're onto something.
Yeah, and I kind of chalked it up to that at first too, but the fact that the gas mask thing is on the front and is very prominent. I don't know.
No, that's a good point. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that.
There was something else. Oh, what fruit does Kaido have again? Is that?
That's
Because I
the
thought that was
fish fruit model Azure dragon.
right. So then we have a dragon fruit. Why did it feels like I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't
Like
know where I'm
Kaido
going with
should have
that.
been a dragon?
Like a dragon fruit. Like
No,
it's
no. You know its naming thing, right? You know what he's based off of.
like the koi fish legend. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a
No, I
fish
know all
model.
that. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, especially for the setting. I just think it's funny that we have someone who is a fish, but actually he's a dragon. He's a dragon, but it's actually like a deer thing.
I don't think you know what a Kirin is.
I'm looking at a picture of it.
Well, you're
A
doing it
hood
wrong.
chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology. Anyway,
No, you're
uh,
just wrong. I have to say.
oh,
Okay. Anything else we got for the chapter?
brief, brief briefly looking through. What party trick do you think Brooke was doing to have his head on his crotch?
I'm not even sure it was a party trick. I just think he was like, I'm gonna put my head on my crotch. Seems like
But like,
best place for it.
I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a reason. Like, I know he's drunk, but there's still some sort of logic that went through his head to be like, I should do that. That would be funny.
No, this one
Maybe that was it.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think he was like head to crotch. My head to crotch
Head
ratio is bad right now, and I can fix
to
that.
crotch. Head to crotch. Oh, I, I kind of it makes sense. I kind of assumed, but like Loki's saying that Hydrogen can't lift Ragnar makes sense. But it's like, oh, neat. We didn't have that detail.
Yeah. So is that a strength thing or is that a you can't lift Ragnar thing?
I wonder if it is a Mjolnir
Okay.
type situation.
In fairness, Ragnar is like bigger than Haruden.
That is true. It probably is that though. I mean, maybe it's an allusion to the Mjolnir situation, but yeah,
It's
it is
definitely an illusion. Whether or not it's
bigger.
literal or magical is different. But yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll see going forward. If I'm at this point believing it's just a pure strength thing, since there's not actually magic in One Piece. I don't think.
Hmm.
Maybe. But we'll see if maybe there's not something a little more behind that.
Hmm.
But 1143 is coming out next week. We'll be back reading that chapter, giving you our thoughts and discussions and whatnot then. So if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and we will see you next time.